Well, we have something rather exciting today. It's not the dog snoring in the background, it is this unbox. This is, well, I'll just tell you what it is. It's the newest Sebo K1 Pastel Pink. Now, it's not mine, it's actually my friend's new machine, but they've got it sent here just so I can unbox it and have a little shot of it. That's very good of them. So, I'll actually take a photo of that. Comes in what I thought was quite a classic Sebo box. I don't know if they've just never changed the box design on these, or if Sebo are thrown back to their older days. It did come in an outer box as well, so no cheeky courier could nick it. Let's get this open. This is really exciting. These are just released not that long ago. You'll see we have a label there, Pastel Pink. Got its specs on it. Yeah, these were released not even that long ago, hot off the press. At this time of making the video, they are down from, is it £270 or something, at about 240. So, brilliant, eh? You can see it's very well packed. Sebo's are always well packed. Before we start, the K1 is a familiar machine to me. If you've followed me for a while, I had a K1 probably about 6 years ago now, when I was just a little tot. And I got it second hand, so no unboxing experience. But I have a Sebo E1, and if I'm honest, I thought the K1 was much better, because the E1, while it's powerful and everything, the dust bags on it aren't as good as the K1. So, without further ado, let's get in here. So, we'll start with the tube. It's got a bit of, oh, look at that polystyrene's cut to fit in the tube. And this is a lovely smooth action telescopic. It's got the little thing for the attachments to click into. Yeah, very nice. Again, click fitting at the top. We have the most exciting part, the hose, with a nice hand grip. That is an anti-static strip, so if you're hoovering like a wool carpet, you might get static coming up the tube. That discharges it. You also got a little indentation for your finger. I think, is it a 1.8 metre hose? They're certainly adequate length. Let's remove some, oh, you can see the machine now. Let's take this attachment out. This is the combination flow nozzle. Haven't tried this particular one yet. I need to get my scissors to open it. This nozzle, I can tell you already, will be far better than the Sebo Combi nozzle, because I was never a huge fan of that nozzle. I'm trying to open this neatly. It's not my Hoover. If it was my Hoover, I'd usually just rip them open. But I have the combi nozzle on my E1, not as good as a nozzle like this. It's decent on carpet, but on hard floors, I find the bristles aren't as good. But you see, this is a traditional, it's got bristles all the way around. Wow, that is a smooth action. It's got a lovely big wheels on the back, and it articulates there. But you would never really use this much unless you're lazy and don't change the heads. Because this will do an okay job on carpets and an okay job on floors. But with this Pastel Pink, you get two other floor nozzles. One's for hard floor, one for carpet. Oh, something's down here. This is half of the Twin Care nozzle. This is a brand new nozzle Sebo have launched. So you've got a nice, very big upholstery tool. That's very good. Should be the other half of the Twin Care. Oh, here's a dusting brush, which comes with a clip in it. Oh, I don't actually know what that is. This comes with a clip, and it clips onto the wand. So there you are. Decently soft bristles. You can get a softer one and a slightly bigger one if you prefer. That goes on the wand. And I don't actually know what that's for. Not going to lie to you. I might have to read the instructions. So it's a bit... Some have found it a bit odd that this goes on the wand, but the other tools are stored on the actual machine. But I liked it on the wand because this is pretty much the only tool I use. So if you store it like this, you can literally just take the hose out the wand, slot it right into the brush, pull it away, and away you can go, you can dust. This articulates, so you've got all kinds of different angles. They really do think everything, Sebo. They're not as well known in the domestic sort of circles. They're more known for commercial use, but this is the other half of the Twin Care nozzle. And I've never tried this again. Wow, that is wide. Oh my goodness. This is wide. So that's got, my goodness, a dog is snoring. This has got natural bristles which are nice and soft. This won't scratch anything. And you've got rubberized sort of rollers on the other side. But to use this, you clip this upholstery tool in. He says you might have to open the wee... Yeah, there you are. So what you've got is you've got a nice wide hard floor head. And if you wanted to do upholstery or stairs, you can take this off and you've got a little stair tool. So that's good for, say, big stairs. Well, stairs are usually a standard length. Sort of a bigger areas that you might not want to do with the little upholstery tool, because you get 2 upholstery attachments with this. Our final floor head, I've not tried this yet either, or I have tried it on a Mila, because Mila used this nozzle too. This is the turbo nozzle for carpets. So whilst they do give you this combination nozzle that'll do carpets and floors, this is amazing on carpets. It's got a slider that you can open for different, it says different carpet thicknesses, but basically if it's really hard to push and it's slow and the brush is slow and you open it, you can let some air in. That's variable, so you can let as much air in as you want. Spinning brush, in my experience these go really fast, so yeah, you've got a little thing you can open as well in case you block it. It's quite hard to block a turbo nozzle there. I find if it's going to block, it blocks here. And it's got a handy little ridge in the brush where you can run a knife along if you've got hair caught in it. And all the floor heads have this, and that's for clicking onto the back on the underneath of the machine. So I think that's everything. There should be paperwork in here, as in the manual and everything. Oh, I see there's a spare. Oh, aye. These go in the bag. When you take the bag out, you rip one of these off and put it on, it seals it. You get 4 spare bags. I thought you'd only get 1. Well, there you go. So yeah, you get 5 of these because there's a bag fitted, and basically what you do is when the bag's full, you rip one off and you just click it on. Some of them have a self-sealing thing. That is better, but this is alright if you can be bothered sealing them. And the manual should be in here as well. Yep, there it is. The manual, very familiar. And finally, the Sebo itself. Let's get it out, this is the exciting bit. Wow. Here we are. Now let's put all the packaging away and we can look at the actual machine. So, let's just take a minute to appreciate that. Can you actually see it? Not really. Might go into handheld mode actually now. My phone is charging though, so this might be slightly awkward. Right, here we are. So, it's a nice pink. I was scared it was going to be in your face pink, but actually this is quite a nice pink. And also, it supports the, if I can get it, oh, I can just do that. It's upside down. But with the Sebo Pastel Pink, I think is it 25% of the profits from these machines go to the Pink Ribbon Breast Cancer Foundation. So with your Hoover, you have moral high ground. Vacuum cleaner, sorry. Bits of polystyrene on it. So let's take you around the machine. On the top, we have this. Now this is an upholstery tool that's... So you get the twin care one, and of course that's hard floor tool, but if you press a button, an upholstery tool pops out. I'm going to have to use my leg to... There we are. So you've got this bigger upholstery tool, but then you get a cute little baby one, which should be good for the car and things, where you don't want the space of the big nozzle. And to use that, this is where the Crevice Tool is stored, on the back, and you see that's a good length. That's one thing better than Mila. The Mila Crevice Tools are tiny because they go inside the compartment on the top. Sebo, you get a full length Crevice Tool. So to use this little baby upholstery tool, you have to put it onto the Crevice Tool, like that. Let's just do it against a table because I only have one hand. There we go. So that'd be quite good for the car actually. You could go under the seat and everything. So yeah, if you were using this on the sofa or something, doing the cushions, and you want to go in the nooks and crannies, well, your Crevice Tool's right here. It's to hand, so that's quite a good feature. That just pushes in the back, and this just clicks on the top. So those are the 2 tools that are stored on board. This goes on the wand. Still to work out what that does. Yeah, let's just attach this back into the nozzle. Cord, think it's an 8-metre cable, is it? Let's just pull it out to show you. Nice fitted plug, and to retract it, there's no button, you just tug it and it goes back in. This round the edge is what Sebo call the air belt. Now you can replace this if it needs it, but what this does, it does two things which is amazing. Hang on, excuse me. What it does is, apart from absorbing knocks, say you knock it on a skirting board, this absorbs it, so there's not going to be chips out your skirting boards and everything, which I'm totally guilty of. It also diffuses the air from the exhaust, so if you think of a normal machine, it would just have a vent somewhere and the exhaust would come blasting out. Well, Sebo, they do this on the Felix, the Felix upright, the E1 as well that I've got. The air is diffused around this bumper. I think it comes out a few holes on this side and it comes all the way out on this side. So that means there's no gust of air. Like if I'm hoovering, vacuuming, near the fireplace with a machine with a vent on it, and I point the vent towards the fireplace, ash just goes everywhere. This wouldn't happen here because the air just softly comes out. Now, here's the power switch, on and off. This is also your variable speed control. That is minimum. That takes you all the way up to max, anywhere in between. So you want full power for using it on carpets with the turbo head, because the turbo head works with the suction of the machine. If you want to go slightly lower for floors, if you've got a lino floor or something, that will be sucked up easily. And for dusting, top tip for anyone who's getting a Sebo, dust with this brush on minimum. Otherwise, if you turn it up, you just suck the bristles in because it's quite powerful. So just go right to minimum for using the dusting brush. See, it's anti-allergy, S-class filtration, very good. Under this little door is the exhaust filter, which takes some oomph to pull out if I remember. Hang on, I'll just put you down while I... Wow, that is stiff, there we are. This is the exhaust filter, pretty standard stuff, sort of like a HEPA filter. And you can change that if you get a service box. And what a service box is, not only is it 8 bags, but you get new filters as well. Speaking of bags, well, that's where the hose goes in. Underneath, oh, something fell out. You have your wheels, but you also open this. There is the bag. So this door comes right off. And basically when the door is fitted, it pushes this bag up like that. However, you take the bag out. You also have a filter in here. This is the most deluxe filter. It is the hospital grade filter. That will never really get dusty or anything if you're using genuine Sebo bags. That just slots in. And to change the bag, you just rip one of these green thingies off, click it on the top to seal it, take your new bag, and it even points which way you're supposed to put it in. You just kind of glide it in. It's really no hard. And if we hang on if I place the bag inside the door like that, and it just clicks and shut. Now on the back you'll see there's a slot here. That is for if you want to store it like that, upright in the cupboard. You can click one of your floor heads in, or well, that's the crevice tool falling out. It should click in. Yeah, it does click. It was just a bit stiff. You can store it on the back as well. If you're pausing the cleaning for a minute, say the doorbell rings, cat needs out or something, you can just slot the tube. Obviously you'd have the tube attached and the hose there like that, turn it off, walk away, come back, lift the thing out. But if you're storing it, store it with the floor head on the back. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to go through. The manual. I might I'll put you back in the tripod just now and I'll go into the manual and see what that other piece is for, because my K1 never had that. My Sebo K1, the clip that it came with just went right on the wand. And let's just, there we are, got a bit lower. So obviously you've got the pole. On the K1 I had, that just clicked right in. Oh, I think it also does here, I don't know. Anyway, that's where the dusting brush goes on the pole. It can go anywhere up and down the pole. The dog is making some racket, I must apologise. Let's open the manual. There'll also be the guarantee registration in here. You get a 5-year guarantee with all Sebos, I think. I'll try to open this manual neatly so it can all be stored in the little wallet again. These scissors are dreadful. Oh look, there's bits of plastic on the floor we can clean up with it. Here we go. Instructions, of course you have to turn about 20 pages till you get to the English bit. Right, here we are. This is about the dusting brush. You have a manual for the turbo brush, showing you how to clean it out and everything. So, you have this, which is... oh, these are just sheets. Here's your registration, your guarantee form. You can do this online, you don't actually have to use the thing. This feels like it's 2 pages, is it? Maybe it's just 1. So this is, you complete that for your reference actually. Where's the... you know when you try to separate 2 pages and they won't separate? This is a really long video, I've just realised that. Anyway, we're going with it now. Right, so what is this? If only it was in, if it was in English. Alright, you attach this to the tube first, then you attach the clip on. So, I would suggest putting the clip near the top like this. Obviously that's the back, that's the front. Bear with me for a minute. I think you've got to click this on. This is going to be a tight fit. I think this is the case that once you mount the dusting brush, you don't take it off. There we are. That's it. So you've got this clamp, and then this, I'm led to believe, just slots in, does it? I'm going to have to read this a bit more. Is this bad that I can't put a Sebo together? Right, I get it now. I get it now. You just slide this in. This is really odd because my K1 just came with that and it just clicked on. There must be some kind of reason to it. Anyway, I'll fit that later. Let's turn the machine on and forget that that ever happened. Obviously this is your instructions, how to change the filters, how to, yeah, that's what I was talking about, storing it, how to use the upholstery tool, etc, etc, all the boring paperwork. Let's move all this to one side and we will plug it in. Here's the hose very simply just does that. And it's in. To release it, you just squish the 2 things. And I'll turn it down to the minimum setting. That's it turned off. So when I plug it in, it'll go right on and make me jump. This is an 8-metre cable, I think. There. 8 metres is pretty long for a cylinder of this size. You're competing with a Henry at 8 metres long. Let's unplug my iPad and plug the Sebo in. One more thing I forgot to mention, there's a light there and that goes orange if there's a blockage or if the bag needs changed. But bag indicators never really work, do they? So let's turn it on. We'll see what the suction's like. This is below 900 watts after the whole EU regulations thing. That's low, so that's for dusting. I can go up a bit. I see that goes orange if it's blocked or needs a bar change. Now my previous Sebo K1 was 1800 watts, so double the power this was. And whilst there's a suction difference, this is still fine. I can tell there's enough suction for day-to-day cleaning. If I just plug this turbo brush in, we can see this spinning. Delayed start. That's great. Obviously if you've got a gentle, delicate rug you can turn it down, but it will slow down slightly with the resistance from the carpet. That's the pieces of plastic flying up. That is, you can just tell with a Sebo that it's brilliant quality. What can I say really? Very sleek design. Yeah, and it's on 3 wheels so it'll follow you around pretty easily. I might do a sort of review on this before it goes to my friends. They might never get it. Just kidding. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope this long video was enjoyable. See you later.